Welcome everyone, Crazy here. Alien is finally in Dead by Daylight with the brand new PTB. With it came the brand new killer, the Xenomorph, a brand new survivor, Ellen Ripley, and also a brand new map with the wrecked Nostromo. Along with this PTB, there was also some data mines in the files that leaked some brand new skins, so do stay tuned for that. But first we're going to do a big overview of everything included in this brand new PTB. So first things first, we have the Xenomorph here. You can see their drop down animation for when you select them, pretty cool. And next up we also have Ellen Ripley as a brand new survivor. She is in her jumpsuit that she has in the first movie. You may notice that she doesn't really look like Sigourney Weaver, which is the actress for Ellen Ripley. And this seems to be because they do not have the likeness rights for her, which is kind of disappointing, but I am still very excited that we do have Ellen Ripley in the game, especially because she has a special lobby animation where Jonesy the cat shows up. It's pretty awesome. I'm glad that they have Jonesy in the game in some form. And before we show the map, I want to quickly go over the Xenomorph and their powers. So when you spawn in a match as the Xenomorph, control stations will be randomly placed across the map. These control stations feature a chest on top for the survivors, and below it, a little tunnel. So the chest on top will give survivors a remote flame turret, but we'll go over that later. The tunnel allows the killer to basically go through a series of tunnels in which they can go to another control station. You can see that in action right here. This is a pretty unique ability, and it makes me kind of wonder if this was the original idea for the Demogorgon's ability. You can even pin certain control stations and it will show you a path of where it is. That way you don't get lost in the tunnels. The Xenomorph's other ability is Runner Mode. This is kind of a passive ability, and when it's enabled, you will be stealthier and have a reduced terror radius, and you will also start running on all fours. Also, while in the runner mode, the Xenomorph can also have access to a new attack, Tail Attack. This is a ranged attack that's best used when a survivor is on the other side of a pallet or a window. You might be wondering how this ability works, whether it has a cooldown, how long that cooldown is, and how it works. So, I mentioned earlier with the control stations that the survivor can get a remote flame turret from there. We're going to start showing that right here. So basically the survivor goes up, they open up the chest, and then they have access to this flame turret and they can place it down. With this flame turret, whenever the Xenomorph comes near, it will start beeping like a motion sensor. So it is a good way to tell if the killer's nearby if you want to hide in a locker or run away. But on top of that, the most important part is when the Xenomorph gets nearby, the flame turret will attack the Xenomorph. You can see that in action here. When this happens, the Xenomorph will get stunned, and if they are flamed for long enough, they will get out of their runner mode. This will make it so they do not have access to the tail attack anymore, and they will no longer have a reduced terror radius. So it's a good way to stop the killer from being more powerful. Once this happens, the Xenomorph will have a cooldown until they can go back into runner mode, but do be wary because you can get stunned again with the flame turrets. In order to deal with these flame turrets, the Xenomorph can use their basic attack to destroy them. It's also worth mentioning that whenever the Xenomorph is stunned, the survivor will have to repair it, so it's only a one-time use, but you can theoretically keep on repairing the same one unless if the Xenomorph does attack it and destroy it. The survivors have access to 4 of these on the map, so actually you can have a flame turret for every single survivor. And that's what seems to be the best idea. Every survivor should probably be carrying their own flame turret and placing them near generators or at least near the buildings that the generator is in. It even lets you put flame turrets really close nearby, as you've probably seen from some of these clips. So this can be pretty useful if there is a small confined area and every survivor working on the generator just puts all of their flame turrets all around. It can be very helpful. I'm also going to quickly go over all of the perks, but I'm not going to go too into detail with these. So first up we have the perks for the Xenomorph Ultimate Weapon. When you open a locker, this perk activates for 30 seconds. Survivors entering your terror radius scream and reveal their position and gain blindness for 30 seconds. This perk then goes on cooldown for 40, 35, 30 seconds. Rapid Brutality. You can no longer gain Bloodlust. Hitting a survivor with a basic attack gives you 5% haste for 8, 9, 10 seconds. This perk's going to be very interesting to see how it works out, because sure, you do not have Bloodlust no longer, but 5% haste is a decent little speed boost. You can see it in action here. We also have Alien Instinct. This perk activates when you hook a survivor. You see the aura of the furthest injured survivor for 5 seconds, and that survivor is oblivious for 16, 18, 20 seconds. Next up, we have Ellen Ripley's perks. We have Lucky Star. When you hide in a locker, this perk activates. You leave no pools of blood and make no grunts of pain for 10 seconds. When you exit the locker, you see other survivors and the closest generator's aura in yellow for 10 seconds. This perk then goes on cooldown for 40, 35, 30 seconds. We then have Chemical Trap. After completing 70, 60, or 50% progress of any generator, this perk activates. While standing next to a drop pallet, press the active ability button to install a trap. This stays active for 100, 110, and 120 seconds. The aura of the trap pallet is revealed in yellow to all survivors, and when the killer performs a break action on the trap pallet, the trap explodes and they are slowed by 50% for 4 seconds. You can see this in action right here. It's going to be very interesting to see the fun builds people are going to do with this perk. We also have Light-Footed. When you are healthy, this perk activates. Your running footsteps are silent, and this perk goes on cooldown for 28, 24, and 20 seconds after doing a rushed action. And lastly, here's the Mori for the Xenomorph. It's pretty awesome. Alright, now for the map. So the map is the wrecked Nostromo. It has an outside area and an inside area. We'll do a quick walkthrough here. Inside the Nostromo, you actually can find Ash as a fun little Easter egg. You can also find a face hugger that jump scares you through a window. Thank you to @Petunia Car for the quip. Also, Jonesy can be seen on the map. This will happen when you're searching a locker. There's a rare chance that he can jump out and run away. Thank you to @TicoSlade for this quip. Also featured on this map is the escape pod as well. Inside the Nostromo, you can also find pipes that are leaking a gas, and whenever you go near that, you will get a score event as a survivor, and as the killer, it can actually temporarily stun you. There's also a Easter egg on this map that has a secret room that gains you a chest if you are able to do it. Thank you to @GraveDBD for this clip. So for this Easter egg, you have to find a dead body near the crash Nostromo, and it will have a keycard on it. You have to pick up that keycard then. And then find this room, and you can activate the keycard on this control panel. This will then open up the room and reveal this hidden chest. And again, thank you to @GraveDBD for this information, because there's no way I would have been able to find this out. So again, thank you very much. Alrighty, and that's basically everything for the brand new Alien PTB, but there's also some leaks and some official news. So we'll start off with the official news. So Dead by Daylight posted this roadmap, and we're going to do a zoomed in photo to show it a little better here. So as we know, the Alien PTB just came out today. Then on August 15th, we will be getting the Maria skin. And on August 15th as well, we will be getting the collection for Modern Baroque. Then on August 17th, the Scorching Barbecue will end. And then on August 22nd, we're getting a unknown collection called Monster Slayer. We don't really know any details about this, nothing was leaked, so I am very excited to see what this is going to be. And then the full Alien chapter will fully release on all platforms on August 29th, and on the same day of the full release, we will be getting a skin collection for Alien, of course. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm very excited to see what skins they'll do for Alien. We know from leaks, thanks to @Dweet, that we will be getting 2 ultra rares for Ellen Ripley, an ultra rare for the Xenomorph, and also what seems to be a legendary, I believe, for the Xenomorph. And there's also a possibility of even another ultra rare for the Xenomorph as well. These were able to be leaked because with the brand new PTB, data miners such as @Dweet were able to go in the game files and find that there was some new things added. And this is not the only thing that was added in the files that people found out. Again, thanks to @Dweet, we also know there's going to be a brand new Fire Moon Festival collection coming. We also know there's going to be a brand new skin for Hattie. This will be a linked set. And we also know what the Modern Baroque collection will look like. So we have this skin for Elodie, this skin for the Artist, this skin for the Wraith, and this skin for Zarina. And lastly, we also know what the model for the Maria skin will look like now. Before we only had the banner art, but now we actually have the full-on model. Yet again, thank you very much to @Dweet. Without them, we wouldn't be able to cover all these data mines, so I really appreciate it. And if you would, I'd recommend giving them a follow, because they post stuff like this all the time. So if you want to keep up to date with this stuff, that's always a good bet. And yeah, that's basically it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Definitely a longer one because we had so much to cover. But yeah, as always, I hope you all had a wonderful day and stay safe in the fog, everybody.